Our next topic is water cycle in nature. As firstly we have done how water reaches to the atmosphere, how water escapes from the earth and then returns to the earth, we will discuss in water cycle. Firstly, by evaporation and by the transpiration process, as we have done firstly that from the leaves of the plants transpiration take place. By transpiration and by evaporation, due to the heat of sun, water will get converted into the water vapors. These water vapors will go higher in the atmosphere. As these water vapors go higher, at the as we with the increase in height to the atmosphere, there is falling temperature. Due to falling temperature, that water vapors get converted into smaller water droplets. That process is called condensation. After that, these water droplets, small teeny water droplets, will combine and will form clouds. Then these clouds will bring rain, and this water will come back to the earth in the form of rain. It will go into the rivers, it will go into the lakes, and some amount of water will percolate into the soil to form the groundwater. In this way, groundwater will be recharged. And in some regions temperature is less. Due to less temperature, that rain will come in the form of the snow, and after some time this snow melts and the water come into the finally into the rivers. So in this way, water firstly escapes from the earth and then returns to the earth by the natural processes. So the continuous circulation of water in nature from earth to the atmosphere, and then from atmosphere back to earth into the rivers, lakes, and into the ground is called water cycle. Here is a flow sheet diagram of the water cycle. Firstly, these are the plants, and from the plants, with the help of sunlight, transpiration process will take place, and from the rivers, from the oceans, water will get evaporated due to sunlight. These water vapors get cooled in the atmosphere and will form the clouds. These clouds will bring the rain, and rainwater come into the lakes and ponds, and some of amount of the rainwater will go into the soil, and groundwater will be recharged, and this groundwater then is again used by the plants. So in this way, we say that water cannot be generated by the any artificial process by humans. It is continuously being recharged with the help of the rain. So next is importance of the water cycle. Why water cycle is important? What will happen if there will not be any circulation of water in nature? Water cycle helps in regulating the weather on the earth. It helps to control the weather on earth. Next is water cycle makes water available in the various forms. We are getting water in the liquid form, in the snow form, and in ice form also. Most important, with the help of water cycle, rainwater we are getting, and rainwater is mostly used for the agriculture. Mainly agriculture production depends on the rain. And next is what will happen if it rains heavily. Water cycle, with the help of water cycle, if it rain heavily, what will happen? Time, duration, and the amount of rainfall on earth varies from place to place. In some parts of the world, rain almost around the year, but in some places it rains for a few days, and some states are like that there is only for 1 month, and for few days only rain is coming, and there is a shortage of water because rain is less. But what will happen if it rain continuously and in a heavy amount? Mostly in our country, rain occurs during the summer month. May, September, and during winter month, November and January. Mostly the sowing of the crop depend upon the rains, but sometimes there is excess rainfall, heavy rainfall. It causes so many problems. In the dams, level of water will rise. In rivers, lakes, water will come out of the dam, and it will cause floods, and flood damage the crops, property, animal, and human life. It will cause so many diseases because due to excessive rainfall, water is stagnant, water is everywhere around, and there will be some microorganisms, and these microorganisms will cause so many diseases. Next, crop field, villages, and many low-lying areas get submerged underwater. During floods, animals living in water get trapped on the land and die. The animals which are living in water, they will get trapped. The rainfall also affect smaller animals living in the soil. It will cause damage to the insects, smaller microorganisms which are living in the soil.